Go ahead, Lacey.
So I was wondering, has anybody ever failed the Black Sash test?
Yeah. I had several people fail over the past, when did the corona hit? March?
March.
March, April, May, June.
So will they fail and then like try again, or?
No. They didn't fail the specific test. They failed the major test. The major test, remember, every time you get up, every time you come to class, that's part of your test, right? The test at the end is a test, but it's a little bit of a ceremony, right? The real test is over the 3 to 5 years where you stick with it, right? So when people drop off and they quit that journey, that's when they fail the test.
So has anybody ever gotten to the ceremony and like not made it through because they didn't study or crammed, or like, I'm just curious because.
Yeah, they have, but not.
That's an interesting perspective though.
No, well, I was asked this once. I was asked if someone ever fails the Black Sash test, and I was thinking about it. They asked me if you ever failed anyone on the Black Sash test, and I thought.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I failed hundreds of people, right? Because along the way, if I'm not getting them along the way and committed to Black Sash test, I'm failing them. Remember, the Black Sash test is like this little tiny part of the test, right? It's the ceremony, right? But yeah, people have failed that, but that's not where the hard work is. The hard work is all the persistence it took to keep on that path, right? Because the test wasn't the push-ups, that was part of it. The test was, did you keep going, despite of the so what, right? The story. So everyone's got some part in the story of Black Sash where they could have accepted as, that's the excuse why I had to quit, right? And like, what do you guys could have had? You guys could have had an excuse. Mr. Henderson could have said, well, you know what? It's really tricky coming over the border. I don't think I could have done it. And that would have been his story. If he would have picked the story instead of the result, right, that would have been a failure. A failure on both our parts, on my part for not inspiring him and teaching him how to overcome that, and a failure on his part for giving up. That's where the Black Sash test is, right?
Oh, all of this is so wonderful, so inspiring and so transformational. And I love in 2 years that I've watched people go through so many transformations. I saw Mr. McPherson on Thursday, and the last time I saw him, he was wearing white shoes, and I was like, that's so awesome. Congratulations.
Black shoes, wearing black shoes.
Yeah. In class on Thursday. I was like, oh, congratulations. Like, that's so great.
Yeah. So
I look at it as the border failed me.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson, they did.
But you're still, but this is the whole point. This Zoom thing is the ultimate test because you're still doing it, right? Some people say, well, we don't like the Zoom. Well, yeah, no one likes the Zoom. I don't like the fact that I have to get up and come and teach students. I wish they would just, come to my backyard and I can roll out of bed and teach them, right? And you guys are probably thinking like, I don't like the fact that I have to, drive. Can't someone just come to my bedroom and teach me from here? Like, there's a lot of things you don't like, but you overcome those things to get to
Who would go to whose backyard to train?
Yeah, well, y'all can't fit there. It's not that good.
I don't need no stinking bridge.
Swim, Mr. Henderson, swim.
So the people that kept training, despite this is not a comfortable situation, we know they're going to be good. They're going to be good Black Sashes because this is a really good test for them, right? If they kept on during this, then they're pretty resilient. But unfortunately, a lot of people will use this as the story why they never got the Black Sash, right? Because the COVID thing. And that's for some people, that's a justifiable story. Like I don't want to judge them for that, right? But that story that's the way life goes. It's that, are you going to accept the story that most people will accept? You can, but courage is keeping going despite the fact that you would have a story that most people would understand, okay? But courage is where you say, well, yeah, most people would buy that story, but I'm not going to buy it in here. So I'm going to keep going despite that most people would understand if I gave up, right? So that internal decision there, I think that's why a lot of people, they reach their goals and they are successful in what they want to do, and a lot of people aren't because they don't have that, that courage, and they look to other people to justify that you know, that kind of stepping down and you know, quitting on their goals, right? Well, they'll understand, so it's okay, right? But courage is going despite, you know, not choosing that story. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense.
That was wonderful.
All right, cool. Well, then I'm gonna take this video and I'll post it somewhere because I'm sure someone else needs to see it somewhere.
I was just going to say you should do that.
Sorry, I went a little bit over time, guys, but thank you very much for joining me. This is a very fun class. It was great to see you all, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. All
You too.
right.
Stay healthy.